Here at the Webster Bank Arena in Bridgeport, Connecticut, the Quinnipiac University men's ice hockey team lost 4-0 against the Providence Friars. I'm Morey Hershgordon, and I bring in my partner, Mark Spillane. And Mark, the Providence Friars did an unbelievable job forechecking in tonight's game. They established a tempo early, got a 1-0 lead, and pretty much cruised till the end.
Yeah, you said it best, that they really jumped out to an early lead, and that really established everything in their favor against Quinnipiac. They took the lead just 3 minutes and 37 seconds into the first period on a Mark Jankowski goal. It was a good job by him finding some open room on the far side, away from where Michael Gartig was. Bad defense by the Bobcats, a centering pass, wide open net. You and I could have put that one home. That's how much space was over there. And it really all started because of the cycling of the Friars. They entered the zone with pretty much ease, and Quinnipiac couldn't stop them from getting into the zone throughout the night, and then once they were in there, they made straightforward passes. They didn't mess around with the puck. They knew what they wanted to do. Once they did, they put some shots on net, and when you get an early goal like that, it really does establish the tone for the game.
Both coaches did address the Providence Friars forechecking in the first period to establish the tempo in the game, and this is what they had to say.
Yeah. I mean, we're a little bit of a meat and potatoes team. And it's I thought we did a good job of executing on the forecheck there, and when we're able to get in and play the body and kind of get after teams, we're able to get our body over the puck a little bit better, and so it was a good shift by those guys. It was a really good shift. It was a heck of a play Trevor Mongoya made to win the race to the loose puck and get on it, and I thought it kind of disrupted them a little bit.
Providence head coach Nate Lehman said in his press conference that they wanted to stick to their own brand of hockey, and that's being physical, a little pushing and shoving from the start, and they maintained that through the whole game.
Pushing, shoving, hooking, a little bit of tripping, stuff that Quinnipiac really wasn't used to. And Coach Pecknold, he harped on it in the post-game presser that we'll get to in a minute, how in the ECAC, a lot of that stuff gets called, but unfortunately for the Bobcats, this isn't the ECAC, it's the NCAA tournament, and Providence just did a better job of adjusting. Quinnipiac never really got on track with the physical play, and Providence used it to their advantage. And you mentioned how Coach Lehman said, we wanted to do our own thing. We didn't really care what Quinnipiac did. Quinnipiac likes to really open it up and push the pace and play fast, and not that Providence didn't play fast, because they did show some speed tonight, but they really used the physical game to their advantage, Morey.
They did, and this is what Coach Nate Lehman had to say about their physical play.
We came into tonight's game and we wanted to play our game. That was a big thing. I think when you come into these games, you want to play the way you play. You don't want to adjust too much. You don't want any kind of over respect the opponent, because I think they can just kind of cause some paralysis. So we just want to play our type of game. We had a lot of respect for their forwards, so we certainly had to make sure that it was we didn't give them a lot of time and space.
The Providence Friars sophomore goalie John Gillies recorded 37 saves tonight, and Mark, he shut out the Bobcats for the first time all season. First time they've been shut out since the national championship game last April.
It's really incredible when you think about it for a team like the Bobcats that comes into the game with a 24-9-6 record. None of those games resulted in a shutout. So the 9 losses and then the 6 ties, no shutouts along the way for Quinnipiac, and then Gillies is able to shut them down with the help of his defense tonight. He was really on his game, and you could see it from the start. He faced a couple of shots early on. The Bobcats, I thought, had the better play in the first 2 or 3 shifts of the game. They weren't able to score because Gillies was on his game, and it locked him in. He faced a couple of those shots, and you could really see him zeroing in on everything. He was tracking the puck better than I've seen really any goalie track the puck against Quinnipiac this year. Deflections, it didn't matter. He always found a way to get a pad, a shoulder, the glove, something in front of the puck to keep the Bobcats out of the net.
Some of the Providence Friars players did address that in the post-game press conference, how Quinnipiac has 4 lines that can score at all times. This is what they had to say.
We knew that they were a Frozen Four team last year, obviously made it to the national championship, so they had experience on their side in a way. So we just knew that we had to weather the storm and just give them our best push back, and that's what they came at us for the first 3 or 4 minutes. But I think after that, we got our legs under us and we really took it to them.
Well, we wanted to throw a lot of pucks in his feet and cause a lot of chaos, and I felt like we did that a little bit more towards the end of the game. But when it comes down to it, we didn't score any goals tonight, so we came out and maybe we tried a little too much here and there, but felt like we were getting the puck to the point, trying to get pucks to the net, and it just didn't seem to go in for us.
John's been our rock all year. And I thought he made better saves in the second period where they were getting some transition. There's some transition chances, and we had some soft gaps, and they were shooting through some screens. I thought he made some good saves there.
This senior class for the Bobcats had a tremendous 4 years, to say the least. They came in when Quinnipiac was a top 20 program. They pushed it to where Quinnipiac is a top 5 program now. How big of an impact have these seniors made over the last 4 years?
The biggest impact of any class at Quinnipiac in probably not just hockey history, but all of athletics history. When you talk about the fact that they were the #1 ranked team in the nation for 3 straight months last year, and not #1 ranked, but #1 ranked for most of that, and had the 3 straight months of being unbeaten. And then you think of the fact that they almost won the national championship. Obviously didn't play that well against Yale that night and lost, but the fact that they were able to get there, and it all started with these guys, Connor Jones, Kellen Jones, Corey Hibbler, the captain, Jordan Staniels-Thomas, even though that was his first year of eligibility last year playing for the Bobcats, after he transferred over from Bowling Green State a couple of years ago, made a huge impact. Guys like Brooks Robinson, who didn't play a whole lot, played more this year, made a couple of nice plays here and there. And you really think about a guy like Zach Tolkien, and he was the lone senior defenseman on the team this year. These guys took this program to another level, and it will be very interesting to see not only how they're going to replace them, but if they can even replace them next year once these guys are officially gone.
Both Jones twins have recorded over 100 points in their careers, and Corey Hibbler and Coach Rand Pecknold both talked about their careers and how big of an impact this senior class has made.
Yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal class. I couldn't be happier with these guys. Great group of guys. I felt like, for the last 8 or 9 years, we've always been in and around the top 20, and I think we've been a top 20 program for a while, and I think this class, the Jones class, elevated us to a top 5 program, and now it's our job with the rest of the guys to maintain that. But I couldn't be happier with them. Like, not only the wins and everything they've done for us on the ice, but off the ice, great students. I mean, Kellen Jones graduated in 3 years and was like, I'm coming back for my 4th year, started his MBA. I had 6 seniors, 4 of them, started their MBAs this year. I mean, pretty impressive to graduate early, and just everything they did. Great students, great kids, the stuff they did in the community. It's a pretty special class. I could go another 20 years and maybe not have a class like this again. So I feel very fortunate to have had them.
It's been special. I mean, coming to the program my freshman year, we were, top 20, top 25 program, and every year it just seems like we've gotten a little bit better, and the last 2 years have been really special and something that we'll definitely cherish.
And with the loss, Quinnipiac concludes their season at 24-10-6. The Providence Friars improved their record to 22-10-6 and will move on to face the #1 team in the country, the Union Dutchmen, on Saturday at 3 p.m. For more information, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Q30 Sports, and check out our website at www.q30.com. He's Mark Spillane. I'm Morey Hershgordon. Good night, everyone.